Alright, welcome to part 42 of my WWE Smackdown Shut Your Mouth playthrough. This is it's definitely a meatier part, this one. It's not super long. I mean, Backlash wasn't a very long month for me. It definitely went by really fast, and there's a reason for that, and it starts in this part. I go through... Do I go through 2 weeks in this one, or do I go through at least 2 weeks in this one, maybe three, and it still only comes up to like 15 minutes. That's why I call it a meaty part, just because I go through so many weeks so quickly. So, occasionally you get scenes like this where you're waiting for a limo and they don't mean anything. Like, seriously. They just happen. It's like those scenes where I walk into the arena, just through the front door. It means nothing. So I'm talking with Vince and nothing comes of it. Sort of. This kind of segued very well here. I went to the GM's office to ask for a title shot, and I actually got one, so I could actually show this off. So I said, I want to win the Intercontinental Championship. So I get a shot at the Intercontinental Championship, and that will come at Backlash. So in the meantime, I just have to face a few singles matches. What it's going to do here is it's not going to allow me to walk around backstage. It just throws me into a match. And it's going to go like that for the next few weeks, too, I think. I mean, it might even do that at the pay-per-view. But my first match is with Kane, and we've seen Kane's entrance here. Now, I totally didn't mean to take out the ref, but any chance to use a weapon, that's always a good idea for a heel. Let's beat the shit out of Kane. And then he grabbed the chair. I got a little scared he was going to beat me up with it. I think spoilers, but I'm going to lose this match. I don't think I actually beat Kane. I think he actually kicks my ass here. And that's just to show that I'm a little rusty. Now, when you throw someone down onto a chair or a table, I don't think it will actually disqualify them. You actually have to hit them with it. Or in the case of a table or a ladder, you actually have to do a move onto it. And I think I've gone over this before, but there's a very quick and easy way to get wins in non-disqualification matches in season mode, particularly if they're one-on-one matches. What you do is you go out of the ring on the top side, the side that's nearest to the ramp. I call it the top side because that's just how they do the camera in this game. You can call it the north side if you want, I mean, nothing wrong with that. And then you get the weapon under the ring on that side. It's always a table. You go back in the ring, you set the table up in the corner, and then you continuously run into that table. Instead of just running into it, nothing happening, you'll keep slamming into it and falling onto it. It's kind of comical, actually. But if you do that with an opponent nearby, he'll eventually try to grapple you, and this might take a few tries, but he will grapple you at one point when you're on the table, and he will do a move when you're on that table to put you through it, and it will be an instant disqualification. And that will give you an instant win. It's a very quick and easy way to rack up wins in season mode. I mean, if you're just bored of playing matches all the time, you can do that. And I mean, when I was a kid, I didn't have the greatest attention span. I couldn't just sit there and play through match after match after match. And I mean, sometimes even now, it does get a little boring, especially when you face the same opponents over and over. I mean, that period when I was facing Austin and Undertaker and Rob Van Dam every week, that wasn't fun. Thankfully, through the next 2 months, I do face a fair amount of different opponents. I mean, I've faced Kane before, but not often. And I hadn't faced Edge before. The Intercontinental Champion is Rikishi right now, and I think I've only ever faced him once. It was in that triple threat. But, variety is the spice of life. That's what they say, anyway. And, facing different opponents keeps the game exciting. Different match stipulations keep it exciting, too. I mean, just playing the same singles match over and over and over, that's not very fun. Playing a singles match and then maybe a triple threat or a tag team, Hell in a Cell, cage, ladder. Have I played a ladder match yet? I don't know if I have, but if I haven't, I want to play one. Ladder matches have always been one of my favorites. Oh look, the phone actually rang during my recording. Of course it does. Looks like my brother's getting home. That's actually one of the reasons why I've been putting this off. I've been meaning to do this since Sunday, and it's Tuesday now at the time that I've been recording these, or recording the voiceovers for these parts. I wanted to do it sooner, because that's when I found out that people were watching my wrestling videos. But because my brother is a loud and noisy little guy, he is playing League of Legends in the other room, I didn't want him to get picked up on the mic. And I mean, I shut my door and I'm a room away, and he's just so fucking loud that he just keeps yelling and shouting and whining and bitching and moaning and bitching and bitching and bitching and bitching. It would just pick up on the mic and just ruin everything for me. So I have to do these when I can find the time, and this was when I found the time. So hey, at least I'm getting parts 41 and 42 voiced over. Now, like I said, I lost to Kane here. But that's not going to mean anything. I'm still probably going to get the title shot. I think we get a little cutscene now with Rikishi. Because he's the champion, and he's going to tell me that, you want a shot, you better bring your A-game. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much exactly what he says. That is exactly what he says. I mean, I recorded this a few weeks ago, but maybe it really is just stuck there in my mind. Oh, well, let's get into the third week here? Yeah, third week. We're back on Raw. And like last week, like on week 2, we're just going to go straight into the match. It's not going to let me walk around backstage. It says I have an Iron Man match with Triple H. Pretty sure that changes to something else. It doesn't give you a reason why it changes, it just does. Which is fine, I didn't really want to play an Iron Man match anyway. Iron Man, it's basically like Ultimate Submission, like the Ultimate Submission I had earlier with The Undertaker, except that you don't have to get points just by submission. You can get pinfalls, ring outs, disqualifications, etc. I have a warm-up match tonight. It's not against Triple H. I think it's against Rob Van Dam, actually. You know, I have to face him again. Oh, no, it's a tag team match, actually. Yeah, I think this only goes through week 3. I think this tag team match takes up the rest of the part, just because tag team matches are long, they're painful. I've gone over why before, because, you know, the AI is kind of stupid. Speaking of stupid tag team AI, apparently that was really a problem in the new WWE game. Like, your partner AI was just ridiculously stupid and wouldn't do anything to help you, so it made tag team matches almost impossible. I can't say for certain, but I guess they patched that in and fixed it, so it's nice that they're actually keeping the game up to date and patched. I'm glad they're doing that. I mean, even if the game on PS4 doesn't interest me right now just because of how much they took out. And I mean, people are always going to say, oh, they had to do this, it's rebuilding the game from the ground up. Well, yeah, but then you act like it's the greatest game ever, and it's not. It's not the greatest wrestling game ever at all. It's not a bad game, don't get me wrong. It seems to me like it's just a good game. IGN gave it a 7 out of 10, and that's actually a score that I would agree with. It's not a bad game, it's just a good... It's not a great game, it's just a good game. Anyway, Kurt Angle's a guy that we haven't actually seen yet. He is the current champion. Of course, he won the belt off of Hogan at WrestleMania. Me and him are teaming up, so you know that's definitely a good rub. And this is when Kurt Angle had hair. This was before he got shaved bald, and he got shaved bald at Judgment Day 2002, I think it was, by Edge. And you can actually get that storyline in-game. I forget how you get it, but it's something that doesn't happen automatically either. It's not like the thing where you get Hogan celebrating in the crowd, celebrating in the ring with whoever he had a match with. This one, you can only get it in a certain way. I don't know how it is, like I said, but you do get to shave Kurt Angle bald, and then for the rest of the time he comes out bald instead of with hair. This was the first game I think it was the first game to feature him bald. There might have been another game on like the GameCube or something, but this is the first one on the PS2 anyway. Anyway, we're facing Kane and Rikishi here. Nothing really to say or talk about. Because, I mean, I faced Kane last week. The biggest thing here is that we're getting a match with Kurt Angle in the ring. And, you know, I haven't talked about Kurt here, but Kurt is one of the... You know, I would even go as far to say that Kurt Angle is the best wrestler ever. Because he's an Olympic gold medalist. And he got that in Olympic wrestling. He did it with a broken neck. I mean, it's really hard to argue him not being the best professional wrestler ever, because he kind of is the best wrestler ever. He's definitely the most successful. I mean, how many other guys have won a legit gold medal? It's like Ronald Reagan. He is the most successful actor ever because he got to be president of the United States. No one will ever come close to being as successful as Ronald Reagan in the acting career area. I don't know, I kind of stumbled over my words there, but I digress. Anyway, I haven't ranted in a little while. I don't have a really big thing to talk about, but this has to do with some YouTubers, and I'm finding a lot of people on YouTube are incredibly annoying. And I mean, I've said that before, and it's not a new thing. And I'm not talking like about PewDiePie or anything like that. I'm talking about the guys who you would also find on Tumblr. I've gone into how much of a cesspool I think Tumblr is, but I mean, when I go on to a YouTuber and the guy is just, every other word out of his mouth is like a trope from TV tropes. I hate that! It's annoying. I mean, it just shows that you're spending too much time on there, and I mean, oh, it just makes me squicked out. Why can't you just say it makes you grossed out, like a normal person? I mean, yeah, there are times when a trope would be a good way to explain something, or a good way to describe something, and I've used them myself. Rarely. It happens every once in a while. It doesn't happen every other word out of my mouth. But I guess the Tumblr crowd just eats that up. But you know, we know how I feel about them. People who can't think for themselves, people who can't shut up about their fandoms, people who just need to stop. Just stop! Why can't you just like something and not have to go into a big deal about why you have to like it? I like video games, that's it. I don't care about I don't care if there's a female lead in it, I don't care if it's a black guy, I don't care if there's racism, I don't care if there's sexism. I just want a fun video game, that's why I play video games. I don't play not fun ones. Well, I try not to anyway. I did get through Sonic 2006. It wasn't fun, but I did it. Okay, my rant there, it was just kind of not something I was really planning on doing, it just kind of came up, but you know, whatever. I mean, I wouldn't even call it a rant, it's just a short thing that's... Some people are annoying. I mean, I'm not saying everyone's annoying on YouTube, Tumblr, or otherwise, but some people are just annoying. Man, Kane is just not going down here. I mean, I hit him with a finisher, I tried to make him tap out, I tried to pin him, nothing was working there. Oh well, this match has got to be just about done here. I mean, I've only got a couple minutes left in here. I want to say Kurt's going to win the match for me. Oh, no, maybe not. I'm the legal man. I forgot about that. Maybe I make Rikishi tap out. I do think I win this tag team match. It's been a while, but I think so. That move there, the catapult, if you're standing near the ropes and you launch someone towards them, you can actually launch them out of the ring. This even works in Royal Rumbles, so it will be an automatic elimination from the ring. A couple of other moves do that too, like I think a Gorilla Press Slam where you throw them forward does it. And there's definitely a couple of other moves too, I just can't think of them off the top of my head, because, you know, I didn't get to play in the Royal Rumble. That's kind of my goal this time. Don't win the title, have a match in the Royal Rumble. Be in the Rumble match. And I say that because the Royal Rumble is my favorite match, and I've said this before and I will always say it again. It's my favorite match of the year, and it's coming up soon. It's almost January, which is Royal Rumble season. I can't wait. I've heard it's supposed to be a 40-man Rumble again this year. I just hope it's better than the last one. I wish I could talk more, but this part is coming to a close, so I'm going to have to leave you guys with my win here. I will see you next time.